For more on the Blagojevich story, I'm going to hand it back over to Charles Payne.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Governor Roth Blagojevich is trying to make a deal to Illinois to keep his office, but also keep his paycheck. Now, it's a deal that, if it happens, would certainly be the deal of the day. But how this scandal started was over the alleged selling of President-elect Obama's Senate seat. So it got us wondering, how much is a U.S. Senate seat worth? Andrew Roth, Director of Government Affairs for the Club for Growth, has put together a price tag, and he joins me now. Andrew, you've considered a variety of factors and revenue streams to come up with this price tag for the value of a U.S. Senate seat. So walk us through these. What's the first factor that you've considered?
Well, first of all, this is not a precise method. There are a lot of variables involved, but I broke it down to three simple things. One is, as senator, you have a salary, and right now senators make about $170,000. So I assumed $170,000 over 2 terms, which is 12 years. Then, as a lot of senators do, they go on to a lucrative lobbying career after they leave the Senate. And the average salary for a lobbyist right now is $300,000, but for a senator, it's much, much higher. But I use $300,000 to be conservative. Then, once you're done with your lobbying career, then you can fall back on the pension that you receive while you serve time in the Senate. So you put all that together and discount it forward using a modest interest rate, you get about $6.2 million.
But, you know, Andrew, I got to tell you, most of the people who are running for government these days are already ultra rich. So, you know, is the money part of it the most valuable aspect of it, or is it the power part of it?
Sure, it's different for everybody, but the intangibles are hard to quantify. You're exactly right. John Corzine, governor of New Jersey, spent millions and millions of dollars to win his Senate seat. But, you know, there's the tickets to the Kennedy Center, there's being driven around in a limo, there's, you know, fancy meals at the best restaurants here in D.C. There's a lot of things that are hard to quantify that come along with being a senator.
So, Andrew, after you've gone through all of this and you see, you know, just because the numbers seem to grow every year, particularly with the outside income after you've left, what can be done for the American public to feel that this is still a sacred trust and that there's still a lot of integrity involved in this situation?
Well, a lot of people are rethinking the idea about the governor appointing a senator. There's no way that any one person can, through their mind, calculate what the voters are thinking. So it should be a good idea to just take it back to the voters. So when Obama gives up his seat, say, to become president, Illinois should have a special election. Leave it up to the voters to decide.
Now, back to the money part of this for a moment. Do you think that actually money should be increased? Ironically, I've heard some folks say that there should be less, but, you know, it seems to me that some of the smartest and brightest people in America just totally avoid politics because of all the nasty side effects. Perhaps if there was more money in it, do you think we'd be able to attract even a larger pool of qualified candidates?
Right. There's arguments on both sides of that. And I think at the end of the day, you just have to have more transparency. You have to have more accountability for the people that are running our government.
Andrew, thanks a lot.